Welcome back to the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. I'm Mike Griffith. I'm with Steve Hughes. We've got the Kern County Raceway Park segment coming up. How you doing, Steve?
I'm fantastic, man. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming in because you look a little old today.
Well,
I little thought, older.
Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, I feel the same, but yeah, a little older today.
A little older.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, it's Steve's birthday. We don't have a cake or anything for you.
Last year we did, didn't we?
We had a cake when Lewis left.
Oh, that's right.
I went and did one for Lewis's final show.
You know, somebody that I want to wish happy birthday to. We've shared birthdays since I was born.
Something.
Oh yeah. Cake's coming.
A little applause.
Oh,
applause.
Very little, very little. But my Aunt Esther Hughes, it's her birthday also today. So
there you go.
I know she's probably not watching, but happy birthday, Aunt Esther. I love you.
So we did not have a show last week. I took a break because I'm lazy.
Well, yeah. And you had a lot of stuff going on.
Other stuff going on, and one-man band here. And but you had a little race 2 weeks ago that Mr. Tom Mock was out there for us. There are a lot of photographers out there. The third annual Winter Showdown, Spears Manufacturing 250.
Yeah, what a great event,
big race. Yeah. And Tom Mock was out there, and he sent me 15 different emails, each with a minimum of 5 photos.
Nice.
I did not get them all in.
Yeah, well,
this is one that I actually took because it's been raining in Bakersfield since December, almost every weekend, at least one day. And this was Friday, and if it's going to rain, I mean, it makes a nice picture there with the reflections and stuff. But if you're going to have a rain out on a 2-day show, Friday, Saturday show, let it be on Friday.
Absolutely. And, when we walked out, we had, discussed on Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday was beautiful, practice day. Of course, not all the drivers were able to get there, including Kyle Busch, didn't arrive till Friday, so he was very limited on practice. But Thursday was a beautiful day. Friday, the storm rolled in, and we had been discussing, hey, 12 noon on Friday, we're going to make our decision. And when we walked out of the offices at 12 noon on Friday, it was pouring rain. So that made our decision pretty easy. If it was, some break in the weather, that would have made the decision very difficult, but thank goodness it was raining. Kind of it made our decision easy, but we were just bummed out that we had to cut it down to 2 days. We had a lot of folks, including a lot of elementary school kids that participated in the Kern Literacy Council reading program with Chevron that had tickets for Friday night. We were going to highlight those kids in the opening ceremonies, but we're going to take care of them in the first SRL race in April. So, but yeah, it was kind of a bummer to shorten it down to 1 day. But man, we crammed a lot of racing and saw a lot of great race fans on Saturday night.
Yeah, and this is a photo that Tom Mock told me he's been wanting to get this photo
yeah.
for 4 years,
yeah.
but it's never been right. Well, here you had it right. You had the infield full of haulers.
Yeah.
You had the grandstands packed.
Yeah.
And Tom went up there and got into a suite. And he was specific. He wanted a suite on the 3rd floor, not the 4th floor,
right.
so he could get more of the crowd.
Right.
And he went into a suite and got his picture, and then got in a golf cart and went back around.
So I got to thank Rusty Reezy and Virgie Beard for allowing Tom to come in to the GPS suite that night and take that wonderful photo. That's one that we're going to use the heck out of.
Yeah,
I can tell you that.
I said, I think they'll let you take that photo because if it comes out the way you think it's going to come out, they're going to want that photo.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shot. Thanks, Tom. And Scott even touched on it, and Tom won the Spirit of the Speedway Award. That's a great award for him. He does a lot, not only for the Bakersfield Speedway, but for motorsports in general around Kern County.
He loves to take photos. And Chris, you can start showing some of the slides here because before you can race, you got to have tires.
Yeah, Hoosier Tire West. Hoosier Tire West does a great job for us. We're proud to partner with them, and they do a great job for the Spears Southwest Tour Series and for this event. And Ricky Brooks is probably the most feared man in super late model short track racing, and we were lucky to have him here as kind of a part-time guy last year, kind of running the show, but this year as a full tech official for the Winter Showdown. And there's Kyle Busch himself right there.
Yeah, because you got to go through tech.
Got to
before your car is legal to race.
Yeah, and they had to make some changes on that 51 car.
Well, there were a few cars. I had to see cars pull up in a little too wide and take spacers out because the little too wide on the front or the rear. wheels.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, you try to
And
get
Derek
every advantage
Thorne there
you can.
doing some work.
Yeah, especially at a high-speed racetrack like Kern County Raceway. Tech is so important. You know, the shape of the bodies, making sure that those fall in line to the ABC guidelines and all that. I'm just glad, and and that lets everybody know from first to 36th, hey, you're on a level playing field.
Well, then I think tech's so important because what this race does in particular is you're trying to merge a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
You have a lot of different cars from throughout the U.S.
Yeah.
You're trying to put into a rules package that's fair to everybody.
Absolutely.
But you got to get through that the wheelbase, the width of the car, and the body are very important things. And there's no gimme. It's
Yeah.
it either goes through there or it doesn't.
The Lucas Oil Modifieds put on a great show for us, as the initial race. But that 250 lap winter showdown presented by Spears Manufacturing was just unbelievable.
Yeah, go ahead. We got some action shots here, I think, following up, probably about 20 of these. If Chris, go ahead and show some of the slides there. If Chris is still there. There we go.
There he is. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
That's a great shot there.
Oh, see, Mindy's calling early. She just loves the show. So this is part of the thing. There's a lot of side-by-side racing there at this. We got, go back to that last slide. We put a Willie
Allen from
in the
Tennessee.
4 car from the Nashville area of Tennessee.
Yeah.
The Brian and Eric Richardson put them into the Summer Ripe car. And he's on the inside there in the 4, and obviously Buddy Shepard in the 5. And here's the thing with Buddy, we were missed. Qualified number 5.
Yeah, out-qualified Kyle Busch by 1 position. Had an unfortunate engine failure, but was running in the top 5 at the time. Willie Allen, that number 4 car we know is fast, and it kind of has the reputation for being fast and qualifying and then slowly fading back, to the end of the race. Didn't happen this year.
They brought Willie Allen out, get it dialed in, put him in the car, did
Summer
a great
Right team
job.
did a fantastic job, and they had some help from some of Willie's team as well. A lot of homecoming for some drivers. There's that 48 car just grew up in Frazier Park, California, so I'm glad to have him back.
He's running back in North Carolina now.
Actually, he's moved to Colorado.
Has he? Colorado?
Yeah. So his sponsor on that car, he now works with them and now is based out of Colorado.
That's
so,
Preston
Peltier.
Peltier
Yes, yeah.
was running next to David Mayhew in the 17 there. Lots of side-by-side racing here. You have Dennis Wilson, right?
Donnie Wilson.
Donnie Wilson here.
From Oklahoma, yeah.
And you can see side-by-side shots.
Eric
and here
Jones.
He is, Eric Jones.
Yeah. And Christian McGee, David Mayhew again there. McGee in the 26 car.
David Mayhew here.
Yeah.
Hold it there and just hold on these slides for a second. Then we've got Mayhew. He wasn't sure how he was going to run. And let's say Mayhew did a 95-mile bike ride
before the race.
The next day.
Oh, the next day. Yeah.
So after racing, after being there all day Saturday and racing 250 laps, he was doing a 95-mile several-hour
dude is
kind
in
of
shape.
a off-road race.
Yeah. And I thought his driving suit was small before. Now he is so lean and so fit now. That thing just swallows him up.
Here's the thing when you're a bike rider.
Yeah.
Weight kills.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going uphill when you're heavy is no fun.
Right.
So
yeah.
So
and Lance Wilson in that other Van Doren car. Of course, he teammates with Eric Jones, which was huge. And there's Eric now. Man, I'll tell you, that kid, such a great kid, humble, can drive the wheels off a race car. And I just look forward to seeing him in the Daytona 500 this weekend.
Yeah, and he's got that. And here's something you don't see too often at KCRP.
Yeah, three wide. Yeah, there was a lot of great racing from the front to the back. Of course, we know the results. Derek Thorne leading all 250 laps. But Donnie Wilson from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, worked his way from the middle of the pack.
I think he started 23rd, did he not?
Yeah, it was something crazy like that. He was the big mover. So he got that Pinnacle Peak Steakhouse Hard Charger Award, which was an additional $1,000, I think, and wound up finishing second.
And here's a man who
unbelievable run.
Qualified on the pole for the third straight year and used that outside starting position to drive into the lead at the start and on every restart. That's when he was really tested. He said he just really didn't have a good car on that first lap, so he had to fight everybody off. And then you got the victory circle there, and you got Kyle Busch congratulating him.
That was a great run between those two late.
And what a good job late. What a good job by Derek Thorne and the whole Byron and Carol Campbell team, and Mike Keene, the crew chief, second to none probably at that level.
To do what Derek Thorne and the Campbell Motorsports team did, qualifying quick, obviously for the third year in a row, and we've saw what's happened in the past. And we finished third in year one, had a rear end problem in year two, but to come back as strong as they were and lead all 250 laps, I thought for sure somebody would take over during those controlled pit stop situations. Never happened because he pitted once and that was it, and stayed out the rest of the time.
I thought he pitted once, right around with the majority of people pitted around
before
112.
Before the halfway point.
And then you're thinking, well, there's a lot of yellows you're running and they're not counting.
Right. Can you make it on
basically,
fuel?
there were a lot of yellows early.
Yeah.
And then it turned into green flag runs. But congratulations to Derek Thorne. And we got to mention real quickly the
Lucas Oil Modifieds. That's such a great series that we're bringing back on July 1st in conjunction with our big fireworks spectacular and General Production Services 50th anniversary. And that kid right there, Austin Barnes, man, that kid is fast on that big half mile. I really thought Third Kettle was going to give him a run, who won the first points race in 2016 for the Lucas Oil Modifieds, but Austin Barnes was just unstoppable. After he got out front, after those early cautions, that long green flag run, he was just able to pull away. And
we got coming up, it's March 17th, the dirt track, which will be newly configured.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
John
March
Piper's
17th.
Out there working on that.
Right now, I just got off the phone with him just a little bit ago. Not only are we reconfiguring turns 1 and 2 to make it more round, adjusting the apex of those turns, but we're also adding some new lighting. Thank you to Wesco. Thank you to Fastenal. Thank you to MD Concrete Cutting for allowing this project to happen. But we're going to add 2 new 75-foot light poles on the interior of the racetrack, and with Fastenal coming on board and taking care of some light banks for us that are really going to light up that back straightaway and turns 2 and 3. We're very excited about the reconfiguration and the way the track's going to look. It's going to be very racy.
That's going to be a lot of fun. And then after that, we'll talk more next week. But you got the NASCAR West race on the 23rd of March coming up.
Bringing back Thursday Night Thunder, first time ever at Kern County Raceway. We're excited to have the Napa Auto Parts 150 back again, and we're extra excited about having being part of a great 4-race series that could net one of those K&N Pro Series drivers $100,000. If they can win 4 races in 7 days, they'll get a check for $100,000 from Napa Auto Parts.
That'd be a big win.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that more as it gets closer to.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you for coming in.
It's my pleasure. Thanks.
And we'll see you next week. And we'll be back in a few minutes with the Auto Club Famoso segment.